Every duelist out there has a waifu. And I'm not gonna lie, when I saw the Charmer Link, I squeed, literally. IRL, you'll be surprised how loud it was. I'm so actually excited to be, my inner filthy casual is just, I'm so happy. But remember, everybody has their own waifu. And I will say, getting the chance to get new support for my waifu, Konami, arigato. Alright, let's dig into this fantastic discussion, shall we? There are genuinely very few things in this game that can genuinely trigger and excite me in like such an awesome manner. And I've always loved the familiar possessed archetype, and Iria is based waifu. I don't care what any of you say across whatever other waifus you have. Yu-Gi-Oh based waifu is Iria. That is that. Today, Konami gave me the biggest gift probably for Link Era, actually. Now, the only thing that can tickle my fancy at this point is a Gadget Link monster, but we'll talk about that. So, we got the familiar possessed Link monster, the first of what I'm expecting to be many for probably the next few sets. So, they gave us Heeta. I'm not a huge fan of Based Fire waifu, but for what we're starting with here, this is fantastic, alright? So, it's 1850, which kind of will detour a few people, but I don't care. This is my exciting hour. So her requirements are 2 monsters, including at least 1 fire monster. So I'm already cringing because, what is it, Nefarious? The best cards besides, I think you do play the Fox, the one that lets you special them from the hand to make things go faster. But we're starting off with the fire requirement plus any generic monster, which is fine. She's got the good Link arrows, the left down and the right down. So we're doing good there, plus she's a spellcaster. But the 1850 kind of, hear me out here, it's not that bad. So she is always treated as a familiar possessed card, which is actually going to be really good for the other support cards. Actually, this is a right step in the right direction in the first place. So the first effect, you can target 1 fire monster in your opponent's graveyard, special summon that monster to your monster zone this card points to. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is, unfortunately, the only good fires that are seeing play right now is Ash Blossom and Shiranui Solitaire, question mark. By the time we'll be getting this will be in our February, late January set. So maybe, I don't think the Mayakashis were fire. I could be wrong. But those are like the only 2 big fire monsters that I can currently think of that even remotely see play in a current game of Yu-Gi-Oh! So unfortunately, getting a free revival off of something like that doesn't necessarily, it hurts. But here's the thing that excites me about this. If they truly release one for all 6 elements, whether or not it be water, wind, fire, water, or dark, there's going to be a lot of potential for the other archetypes. Starting with fire does not worry me because, obviously, it's Heeta. But just that overall hidden potential that can come out of the other 5 elements, I'm just more excited that this is acting as a means to an end. Just, this is where we start. So there's that. And then if this Link summoned card is destroyed by battle or your opponent's card effect, you can add a fire effect monster with 1500 or less defense from your deck to your hand. So Konami did do us a relatively huge favor here. They did give Heeta some sort of built-in floating potential for when she's destroyed by an opponent's card effect. They honestly, I don't know why you just didn't give her the text of when she leaves the field. Also the fact that it has to be this Link summon card, so if you're playing some sort of weird, familiar, possessed mirror match, I mean, no value for taking your opponent's Heeta. But, like I said, this is the door to potential. And this is the thing that I'm excited about, just the other elements having the chance to come out and play. Now, these cards will by no stretch of the imagination reach this cool point of being competitive, but it does open the door for a few things here. So with the original concept for the deck that a few people were trying to mess around with, it was basically kind of like an exceed spam type deck, where you would use things like Damage Juggler to kind of accelerate up these large walls. And as you see over here, we have Based Waifu joining us. Now, as a means to doing this deck, I mean, you're playing basic spellcasters in this deck. There's not really much that you can really do to generate all of this, to generate any real advantage besides a little card that we'll talk about in a few minutes here. But the original build was a combo-esque deck. You would use it to basically effectively try to climb the ladder, produce Xyz monsters. The concept was, it's from a very different time. So I will say that it's very out of date. Now, there is another cool means for going about playing this deck, and it is in the form of it being a stun deck. Now, hear me out here. You've probably seen me talk about familiar stun a very long time ago on this channel, and it all kind of revolves around one fantastic card called Unpossessed. Now, Unpossessed is a very, very interesting card because the card was strictly designed for this deck. So what it does is charmer monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle. Okay, we don't care about that effect. If a familiar possessed monster you control attacks an opponent's monster, it gains 800 attack points. Okay? During damage calculation only. And if a monster you control is destroyed by a battle or card effect, you can special summon one spellcaster type monster with 1500 defense from your deck whose attribute is different from at least one of those destroyed monsters' original attributes on the field in attack position or face down defense mode. And then of course you can only use this effect of Unpossessed once per turn. So the cool thing that this deck gave to you was they built in a spellcaster engine that could float with the help of a trap card. And that's kind of the cool thing that I'm liking about Heeta right now. Because if you get two spellcasters on the field, you can link summon and produce these variable results. Now, of course, it's going to be another 4 to 5 sets before we probably will complete the armada of these. So it's not going to be great, but for the concept of familiar stun, this is a, God, being able to steal my opponent's monsters from the graveyard in a deck that is strictly trying to lock my opponent out of the game is only going to try to fix things for the deck. Honestly, the way the deck played, it was really cheesy. You would just float monsters and try to stun your opponent. The way you would try to stun your opponent is with the effect of our boy Secret Village. Now, Secret Village has only gotten much better as of late. Honestly, the fact that you can lock out the entire best deck in the format, which is Sky Striker, is absolutely amazing. Now, the unfortunate downside to this deck is you are basically playing a bunch of, 2650 beat sticks that are only going to be sitting around kind of collecting dust. But who cares about that? Because every one of them will be floating, which should potentially be deck thinning. You're going to just have to watch your ratios and things on how you're constructing the deck. It's a very interesting concept, and I like that about the deck. So you would honestly sit on Unpossessed things to try to grind out your opponent through floodgates. It's relatively dank, to be completely honest with you. And the last cool part about it is you all know about Celerity, right? That card that says if you have all monsters in your graveyard of the same type, all monsters on your field get that fresh 800 boost. Those 2650 beaters off of Unpossessed get even bigger. I think you're touching, 3450 with Celerity on the field? This is just a lot of stacking effects and things like that. You're just creating super beaters to get over your opponent's board. Like I said, by no stretch of the imagination is this deck going to be good. Alright, you just have to understand that this is just a weeb, me, being happy that his waifu has potential support in the future. as I'm sure all Familiar Possessed fans, all 10 of you, including myself. And by the way, I own the fan club. I'm sorry, guys. Just saying. But based waifus for life. So I'm so excited. You guys don't know, this is the potential for something so casual that even I am excited. You all talk about no creativity in Yu-Gi-Oh! What happens when the fat man himself gets an Iria the waifu shirt? You know, Patchwork Robbie is just excited as all get out. All you Frightfur players, I understand your want for Patchwork, but you know what? You guys at least know what you're getting. This is like the mystery box. This can be anything, even a Patchwork for my deck. I can't wait. Alright, guys, thanks for watching. Please feel free to leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. I'm sure you guys can genuinely see the excitement. It's like graduation day all over again. The ride never ends, guys. Make sure you enable those notifications to get the latest videos that are being posted on this channel. Make sure you guys check out VanCole40 for my Cardfight Vanguard channel. And join me and House of Champions on the Zodiac Duelist TV Twitch stream. We'll be interacting with our audiences. And please check out No Limit Gaming and LGTCG.com for the cheapest trading cards on the market. Thanks for watching, guys, and please have a good day.